Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos created for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Well, Mwewa Lane wanted to be the first person to break the news, so he just posted this a couple of minutes ago, for 6 minutes ago to be specific. I have been sentenced to 6 months simple imprisonment for the offense of malicious damage to two tires of a bus. And then he captions it, Mwewa Lane TV. One thing you gotta give him is that he's a content creator. You may not like him or what, but when it comes to content, he's one of the best. You just have to acknowledge that, because he knows his story is about to get traffic all of a sudden. So he's like, no, if there's anyone who's going to break this news, I might as well be the one to do it. So he's been in prison for 6 months, simple imprisonment. The likelihood of, anyway, I'll share the details of how this court case will play out. Let me just read you other news items where this has been published. But so far, this is on his personal platform, where the Mwewa Lane TV, where this news. And then obviously people in his comment section respond to that. Reveal what you said about man of God. It's the spirit that is fighting him, talking about TB Joshua and stuff, to say maybe it's TB Joshua that's doing this. Those are TB Joshua's followers there. And then anyway, more reactions. Let me read you more news before I come to the public reaction. So the stories behind his arrest are that Mwewa Lane jailed for 6 months. This was posted by Diamond TV News, Zambia. Lusaka businessman and vlogger Simon Chitambala, popularly known as Mwewa Lane, has been jailed for 6 months simple imprisonment on charges of malicious damage of property in the matter in which Mr. Mwewa deflated tires on a minibus which was parked near Simpson Building at City Market. So those were the allegations against him. Before I come to public reaction, let me read you more. Smart Eagles asks, is it in order for a prisoner to correct other inmates on English pronunciation, punctuations? So pretty much just trying to mock to say he's going to go in prison and he's going to start making corrections to the English of prisoners. But I mean, he's not that naive. He knows the environment, to adapt to the environment. Let's see what more from the same page, that is Smart Eagles. They say, when you they do not play. One of their press singers, Simon, was sent to jail for 6 months simple imprisonment on charges of malicious damage to property. In pretty much reading the same thing, and then they caption it, Chakwa Gloria. That's a saying most Zambian use, which was made famous by Ben Ombe. Which simply wants to say, anyway, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Simple as that. Tayari also goes further. He says, Simon Mwewa. She was 6 months imprisonment for malicious damage. PS stars for a minibus. So you can see Simon Mwewa acknowledges to say Tayari is his nemesis or enemy. So let me just go through how the public is reacting to this particular news, some of the captions on the various posts. But so far, as we broke the news, you can tell, I'm assuming this was before his phone was going for him, or it's one of those instances where his lawyers are fighting for him, trying to work out a bond after imprisonment, so that he serves the 6 months outside prison, like appealing it, and then just wait it out for them to for the 6 months to run out, and then just towards the end, come and withdraw the appeal. It's like what has happened to Chimbakambwili. If you are familiar, right now Chimbakambwili is in prison, but the fact that he got a police bond or bail, whichever one he got, the fact that he's out of prison does not mean that sentence has been lifted. So he simply appealed it and then serving the rest of the sentence outside prison. So in this case, according to the statistics, because Chimbakambwili should have been arrested early December, if not late November. So it's 20 months. So out of those 6 months, it's counted like 2 months. He's saved 2 months. So towards the 6 months when he lapsed, the appeal that is put in court is just going to withdraw it to say, I might as well let it go because I've already served the sentence. So that's likely what Simon Mwewa is likely to do also. So this 6 months for imprisonment, his lawyers are going to simply appeal it for them to start going back to court. But because of the backlog of court cases that the court has, it will take a while for the hearing on this case to start. So that will have already come to like the time period that he's been arrested for to have elapsed. And before you know it, he's just going to save it outside prison. So that's where this confidence is. Don't be in doubt. By tomorrow, I'm sure we're going to see him be live, because this is one of those cases where he has been commenting about it. If you follow him on his TikTok, when he does his live. So I do not know if this particular allegation was committed or this particular crime was committed on his one of those live streams that he does where he's interacting with common people as they're going about their business, or it was just reported to them. Because every time he would go live, someone in his comment section was mentioned the case to say, and then he was dreading the day he would go to court. You know, when you're in court, you can tell where the matter is heading. You can tell what this one I'm losing. So every time he would go live, one of his followers on TikTok would mention to say, how far with the court case? And he would mention the date when he's appearing, when the hearing is coming up and stuff. And every time he mentioned it, he would say he's dreading the day because he could tell, based on how the court case was proceeding, he knew that it wasn't going in his favor. So he was dreading that day. And then he would just laugh it off to say that they're going to imprison me and stuff. But he knew he could see this coming. But one thing I doubt he's going to spend that 6 months in prison. It's going to be saved outside. And then just towards the end, maybe 5 months and some weeks, that's when he's going to withdraw the case and then simply let it ride out. That's likely to be the case in this particular case. Anyway, more people just say, sorry, sir, take this next, take heart. Next time, do not be too emotional. Please teach those inmates some English too. So pretty much people just laughing it off to say, make the use of the time. And then go well, sir. And then someone says, finally, we can now move city market side. Because pretty much everyone's afraid to go to those areas. Everyone was not free. You like to make an appearance on his TikTok show or Facebook Live. So like now that he's gone in prison, people can move around as they wish. So those are comments on his particular post, or just on another post, and then Nelson, this is on the Smart Eagles page. He simply says, "Good for him. We need some sanity move city market. Push plus move to draft. He will be out on appeal. He's the son of the house." So people simply mocking to them. It's just the law anyway. You can use whatever you want. It works to the advantage of whoever has the resources. So because even if let's say he does not appeal it and then it goes far, likely the president can pardon him. That's what it does. That's what it pays to be in favor of the government. They cannot afford to lose him because it's like a foot soldier. Like anything that the PF does that you would consider dirty work in terms of online interactions, he's like the first guy that rebounds any of the allegations or anything, any propaganda that the PF pushes. So the UPND cannot afford to lose him in that case. So in as much as if he does not get follow the path of appointing lawyers to get him bond, the president will simply appeal. Pardon him. So I mean, that's what it is. It is what it is. It's a game of life. You can't blame the players. You use the mechanisms to your favor. If so plays out. Yeah, so pretty much people respond to that. And then in other news, Mao Sampa still seems to be having those fights with the PF. So he says, as mayor of Lusaka, I was reminded and disciplined by the by the then PF central government that I was only a ceremonial and the CEO of the council was the town clerk TC. It is illegal for a mayor to overrule the TC, which is the town clerk, according to the current Zambian constitution. So it seems like the current Lusaka city mayor and the town clerk are having a back and forth. This is a case where, I'm sure you are all aware Zambia is facing a cholera pandemic at the moment. Unfortunately, in 2024, we can still be talking about cholera. So it seems like what the mayor rules, the town clerk is overruling, and then having that back and forth. Because what I've heard also is that the PF have finally been granted permission to go and clean up the central business district. If you remember last year in December, they were denied that permission, but it seems like they've been granted that permission. So I suspect this is where the town clerk and the mayor have the back and forth to say, I mean, we might as well use the PF if all human resources necessary for us to do the good work. So that's where that's coming from. And then also, Munia's member of parliament says, some people that have no idea of politics outside Zambia are the first ones to say Zambian politics is a joke. No passport, but you give an opinion outside your jurisdiction. So yeah, most people are going back and forth to say the quality of politicians that we have in parliament and much in the landscape right now is below par. And then he simply defends to say, if you compare to the rest of the world, don't just speak out of ignorance. That's what his boss is talking about there. Anyway, what are your thoughts with regards to Simon Mwewa? He's been arrested, but I doubt you are likely to see him live tomorrow. And the fact that he was arrested and he was in prison like at 11 hours, and he still has time, his lawyers still have time for him to appeal the case and make changes. I suspect by tomorrow you will see him live. He's going to appeal it and then write it out for this next 6 months. But another case that he should be careful of is that one, the defamation case against Edgar Lungu's child, Tsila Lungu, because that one is also a strong case against him. And from what he's been saying, it seems like he's standing on very, like the ground that he's standing on is not strong enough for him to win that case. So he might as well just apologize to her and let it slide. Otherwise, I do not know if she's going to forgive him if she wins that case. So he might as well apologize now. They remove that case from court and then just did it privately. So that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. Channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.